morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Good morning, Julie. See you there. Good. Glad to have you. It's a great Friday morning here in Wisconsin. We're ready for another yoga class. We're going to be working on some mobility in our shoulders and our scapular area. I'm going to try to address some of the things that Jeff Grace just published on his yoga for the United States Swimming site, where we're working on the scapular mobility for butterflies. We're going to do a little bit of that today. We're glad that you've joined us, and if you are new to the program, please do know that you can always ask questions. We have a chat board during our live webinar, and you can also go online and use your email to send us a note at swimmersEdgeyoga@gmail.com. Sienna Plantation, I see that you guys got some new starting blocks. That looks really cool. They look pretty sharp. I'm glad they're in your team colors too. That's awesome. Glad that you guys are getting some new stuff for your summer season. That's very cool. Let's come down to the mat. We're going to start seated today. We'll start in half lotus or crisscross or easy feet, whatever you like. So sitting on a block or sitting on the floor, we'll just set up our half lotus position. Remember, you've got a foot on top of your one thigh with the bottom of your foot facing towards the ceiling. That's good for ankle mobility too, especially you breaststrokers. You got a lot of ankle motion. We want to be able to let those guys move around. If you're not much of a breaststroker, maybe trying to sit in half lotus is a good idea. Change up some of that position of your foot to get that ankle mobility available to you. So sitting tall through the shoulders, tall through the torso, long through the spine. Think about that spine being one long chain. You're stretching it out, giving your vertebrae some space in between. We'll just have our hands on our lap wherever they're comfortable, palms facing the ceiling. And just start thinking about your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Through your nose, the inhale, and through your mouth, the exhale. And as you start quieting your mind and quieting your body, start to feel that relaxation come over you. The breath starts to slow down, filling up the chest with air, filling up the belly. We take our arms to the outside, and as you start to think about lifting them, I want you to think about your back, the muscles of your back and the scapulas, your shoulder blades, right? Those two big bones, kind of like wings on the back side of you. With your inhale, lift your hands, think about that motion, the scapulas rotating, and as you exhale, pressing that air down, feeling those scapulas do their work, the muscles change. Chin drops to the chest, inhale, lift. Scapular motion, a lot like butterfly, right? Or one arm of freestyle. Exhale, lower. We're working the lats, the back, the neck. Just finding that range. If there's tightness there, being aware of it. And knowing that our practice is one where we're working on that mobility, giving us more range of motion, more flexibility, more connectedness of your mind. So when you're in the pool, spa, swimmers, you guys can talk with Coach Jimmy or whomever's on deck, and they can be working with you, and you're like, yeah, I thought about my scapulas this morning in yoga. Inhale, lift. Okay, we're going to turn towards the right leg, and we're going to drop those arms down, left arm to the right knee, looking over that right shoulder. Bring your chin around towards your right shoulder, sitting up tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Strong through your core. Look over that back shoulder. Tilt the neck. And coming back to center. Let's take our arms out in front of us. Just reaching in front of you. We're going to take our hands, the palms facing one another, almost like they could clap, but keep them shoulder width apart. We're going to reach forward. Feel your shoulders reach. Don't move your torso by leaning. Just reach forward with your shoulders. Rotate them forward. Then we're going to bring them back. See if you can move your hands forward and backward without moving your torso. So you take your shoulders and you kind of roll them back behind you, and then you extend them out in front of you. So it's probably easier to see from the side for me. So I'm sitting tall, and I reach in front of myself, and then I bring my arms back without moving my torso. So I'm changing the way my upper back, my scapula moves. Just inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, strong through that torso. Exhale back, strong through your core, sitting up tall. Inhale forward, the arms get heavy, don't they? Exhale back. Great, let's take the arms down to our side. We're going to do a little shoulder rotation. So you can have them sit in your lap or just dangle off to the side, but inhale, lift those shoulders. We did this on Wednesday. Exhale around and lower. So finding that mobility up in the shoulders, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe close your eyes if it's not something you have to really see me do. Inhale, exhale. As you close your eyes, bring your brain to your shoulders. What are they doing? Moving up and around. See how wide and broad you can make that motion. Nice and slow. Okay, let's go the opposite direction. Up and over. Lots of muscles in your upper back and your pecs playing a part in this. Nice. Let's take our hands out to the outside. So sitting up tall again. We're going to press our chest forward, lean our chin. Nice chest stretch. With our exhale, round your back, drop your chin, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open, chest stretch, find that space. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Awesome. Inhale, open. Maybe put the other arm on top this time as you give yourself a hug, round the back. Really feel those scapulas spread apart, right? Make room for your spine there. Press. Inhale, open. And exhale. And do that rounding. That's great. We're going to come up to seated. We're going to do some seated cat-cow. So if you haven't changed your feet yet in half lotus, why don't you put the other foot on top? Again, ground through your sits bones, those bones of your rear end. Find a good spot for them in the ground. We're going to extend our hands out in front of us and press, interlacing your fingers, press your hands away from you. The palms are facing away. So reach real far forward with those. Inhale, lift them up. Frame your ears with your shoulders. Now, some of us who are older, this might take a little bit of shoulder mobility right here. Younger swimmers, don't arch your back in this one. Try to keep it a little bit tall. Exhale, we're going to press that palms forward. So keeping the palms forward the whole time. Palms towards the ceiling. Palms away from you. Cat-cow. We'll flip our hands in a minute. And lower. Okay, let's change. Palms towards us. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Just feel that stretch through that upper back. Round the back when you come down. Inhale, tall through the torso. A little back bend, but not a ton. Exhale, lower. That's great. Let's take our hands behind us. Fingertips point towards the glutes. We're going to press onto the floor. Open the shoulders. Lift the face. If you want to, you can even press into your hands and lift your bum. Come up onto the legs. Nice stretch. Big chest stretch. And release. That's awesome. Let's send our legs out long. We're getting a lot of shoulder movement. Let's get some legs. So come into staff pose, and then let's go ahead and open into straddle. So we're here in straddle. This is a little trickier to sit up tall. A lot of times we slouch down. So sitting up tall, if you have to, go ahead and grab onto your knees for a little leverage for that anchoring, but you want to be real tall through your torso, not rounded out like that. Okay, so find that straddle. Inhale, and with your exhale, just lean your belly forward. You can slowly walk your hands out towards your feet. Maybe they're just towards your ankles. That's okay. Don't be looking forward. Look down at the floor. Okay, it's easier to take hold of the insides of your legs than the outside. Inhale, we'll lift on up. Exhale, lower. Belly first, then reach forward. Inhale, lift. One more time. Use your exhale. Exhale, lower. Sink in there. Drop your face. Okay, let's come up tall. We're going to take our right leg and bend it and plant our right foot right inside of our left groin area. The left foot stays flexed towards the ceiling. This time, inhale your hands. We're going to twist here again. So drop your left hand down to your right knee. and hang on. And then we're going to arch over, dropping that head sideways over our left leg as we reach. Maybe you're just reaching almost like a ballerina. It reminds me of ballet, right? That arm kind of gracefully over your head. Maybe you can come all the way down towards those left toes, or maybe you're somewhere in between. But find that deep stretch. And we'll come back to center and come up tall. Let's send the other leg out. So right leg wide, left leg tucks in, kind of like a hurdler stretch. Flex through those right toes. Inhale, lift, sitting real tall. Drop your right hand to left knee. Now leaning sideways, so keep that right shoulder pointing towards your right foot. Bring that hand over the top of you, and then coming down to those toes. However far your edge takes you today, it's up to you. Find that lean. Awesome. Let's come and into all fours tabletop on our mat. So we're in all fours position here. Wrists are underneath our shoulders. Palms, all the fingers are spread, stretching out wide. Okay, knees are planted right underneath your hips. There should be space between your legs, right? Your knees aren't touching, they're hips distance apart. With your inhale, let's sink into cow. Lift your face, stretch through your belly. Now with your exhale, yeah, we're going up to cat. So notice your scapulas, they're coming apart as your head drops. This is great for mobility in butterfly. Why? Because when we drop our head after that breath, right, we need that extra length, that extra space to grab onto that water ahead of us. Inhale to cow. So if you're all tight through those muscles, you're not getting that reach, that power. Exhale up to cat. Inhale to cow. It's great for other strokes too, these motions, but this is particularly thinking about our butterfly, that dropping of the head after the breath, that stretch through the scapula to reach. Inhale up to cat, cow again, and then we'll come back up to tabletop. So strong through that core. We're going to inhale, we're going sideways now. So inhale that right hand up towards the ceiling. Look at the hand, exhale, thread it under. Reach towards the side wall, palm is facing up, you're on your shoulder, press into that shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower it down, reach away from you. Don't put your weight in your head and neck. Inhale, lift up again, and exhale, lower down. Cool, pressing up to all fours, we'll switch sides. So inhale, open to the other direction. Exhale, reach underneath. Reach your hand away from you, straight out from your shoulder. Protect your shoulder, not by raising up or down, and straighten your arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We have to protect those shoulders, you know. Inhale, lift. Protect your whole body, but those shoulders are gold, right? And back up to tabletop. Cool. Let's go ahead and we're going to extend our legs out behind us. You can either choose to be a kneeling plank. In fact, let's all stay in kneeling plank. We're going to extend our legs out. We'll be a kneeling plank. So your hips should be low, your shoulders high. Nice diagonal line in kneeling plank. Let's practice some scapula push-ups here in kneeling plank. Take a break for a second. In fact, come up seated because I'm going to talk for a minute. When we were sitting down, remember we reached in front of us with our shoulders and then we rode them backwards like this? So that same motion we're going to do on the floor. So finding that kneeling plank, go ahead and stay long and connected to your core and just let your upper body drop down between your shoulders and then press up with those shoulder blades almost with that back arch. So it's just a scapula push-up. We're not going up and down. You're only moving your shoulders, letting your shoulders sink and then pressing up through them. Let's do 5 of those. 2, 3, just through your scapulas. You're not letting your elbows bend to move. And lower down. Awesome. Let's go down to the floor. We're going to take our hands to our side. If you looked at the article on our Facebook page from Jeff Grace, he's a great sports-specific yoga coach. If you looked at that article, he did a boat where he was reaching down for his feet. Or not boat, excuse me, bow. So let's go ahead and reach for one foot. So take the left hand. I've got my left hand with my left foot. We're going to reach down and grab that foot. Now you can just stay right here if that's a lot of stretch in your quad. But if you think about butterfly, it's not similar to the leg motion of butterfly, but it is similar to the hand press behind us, right? You're grabbing hold of that foot. We're going to inhale, lift the face, just like if you were taking a breath on that cycle, right? Those hands come to the side, and exhale, lower. Now you can come up as far as you want. You can press, that face lifting real high and lower. We're going to do it with both legs in just a moment. So just try on the left side for now. Inhaling, lift, and exhaling, lower. Let's go ahead and switch legs. We'll take the right leg, right hand. You can keep your left hand at your side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Think about how your hands press away from you in that finish of the stroke in butterfly. Inhale, and it opens that chest. And exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, we'll take hold of both feet now. The feet are up here just to help us to stretch our hands behind us, really, in this particular pose. So you know where we're going. Just before you get started, press your feet into your hands, right? The tops of your feet can actually push away and your hands feel pulled. There's going to be some tension between your hands and feet. So your hands are pulling, your feet are pushing, and we're going to inhale. While they pull and push, lift your face and chest off the ground into bow and lower. Now swimmers, try to keep your knees closer together. Don't splay them open wide, but be careful. Your knees are different than mine. Just inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. If that doesn't feel good to your knees, you can release the feet and just lift into locust with your hands reaching behind you. Inhaling and exhaling. And lower. Awesome. We'll take our hands right next to our sides. Press up through all fours. Sink into child's pose. Relax the back a little bit. Take a nice wide-kneed child's pose. Big toes touch. And then up through all fours. Find that good strong all fours, and we're going to press up into a first down dog. So coming into down dog, remember, swimmers, your toes are pointing up towards your hands. Your heels are coming towards the floor, and if they're not on the floor, just take the opportunity to pedal in a little bit, one foot at a time. That's awesome. Press strong into the heels of your hands. You should be light through the finger pads, but air underneath your palms to protect your wrists. Right? Great down dog. With our inhale, we're going to hover again like we did on Wednesday. So hovering forward, bring that knee to your right elbow. So right knee to right elbow. And then back up to down dog. Feel this in your core. Hover with your left knee. Touch it to your left elbow. Back up to down dog. Keep it going. Right knee, right elbow. See if you can kind of hang it out there. And back up to down dog. Left knee, left elbow. You don't have to just tap it. You can actually hang out with that left elbow on the, or left knee on the elbow. And then let's go forward. Hover over to plank. We're going to try those scapula push-ups in full plank. Now, if you know you should be in kneeling plank, then stay there. Just make a choice. Go ahead and let that push-up happen where you're not bending your elbows. You're just pressing through your shoulders. Coaches, you'll have to look around, see if you can give some aid if needed. And lower down, chaturanga. Awesome. Let's slide forward into Sphinx. So take your elbows right where your hands were. So your elbows are at a 90-degree angle with the rest of your body on the floor. With our inhale, we're going to press up into seal. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, lower. Touch your nose. Inhale, lift up into seal. Exhale, lower down. Use your breath. Inhale up into seal. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up into left side. Look over that shoulder. And lower down. Cool. We're going to come up onto our knees. Keep your elbows on the ground. So it's almost like all fours tabletop with your elbows flat in like when we're doing Sphinx or puppy. So you want to make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Don't let them be in front or behind. So you find that good position. Your hips are high. We're going to curl our toes under, and we're pressing up into dolphin. So be very careful when you do this. You can clasp your hands together, or you can hold a fist, or you can just keep your forearms straight like Sphinx. It's up to you. See how it feels. Inhaling, pressing up the hips, staying on those elbows, stretching through that upper back and shoulder. You want to drop your head so that it stays between those hands. Nice. Let's walk our feet back into forearm plank. Strong through that plank pose. So from dolphin to plank, we're going to walk back up, walk your feet closer to your hands, drop your head into dolphin, and then slowly walk your feet back into forearm plank. 2 more times. Walk them up, lift the hips, come closer. Exhale, lower back. Strong through your core. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Cool. Chaturanga. Come all the way down to the floor. Let's take our hands to our side. We're going to go ahead and do those locust lifts again. So take your hands as if they're holding a beach ball behind you as you lift up. So inhaling, lift. Hold that ball behind your back and lower. Remember, you can lift your feet too. Inhaling, lift. Reach. Butterfly, right? Press your chin forward. Exhale, lower. Inhaling, lift. Press. Press that face. Feel that press of the hands. And lower. Inhale, lift. Work that core. Glutes are tight and lower. Awesome. Let's take our hands to our side. Curl the toes under. Press up through all fours. 1 more sinking into child's pose. And then we'll press up through all fours and come up into down dog. Okay, find your strong down dog. With our inhale, we're going to lift our right foot off the floor. Step through to lunge. Find that nice low lunge. Nice work. If you need your blocks here, great props to keep in good alignment, right? To be higher, just find that nice lunge stretch. Step forward into forward fold. Tall through to standing. Exhale, lower. Let's take our hands to our small of our back. So the fingertips are pointing down towards your glutes. With your inhale, open your chest. Bring your elbows behind you. Pressing forward. Nice back bend. Lift the face. Strong through that core. Let the head fall. Just ease into it and breathe. Exhale, let's bend our knees. We'll fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to fold. We'll step back left and then right. 1 scapula push-up. Lower a little. Lift. Now chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale all the way up to down dog. Nice work. So let's go ahead and we're going to lift to our left foot, right? Inhale the left foot up. Strong leg. Hover in that knee. Step through into lunge. Find that nice lunge on the left side. Just enjoy it for a moment. Feel the stretch. Breathing on those back toes. Strong through the front foot. Step forward into forward fold. Inhale tall to stand. Exhale the hands to the back. Press into that little back bend. Elbows behind you. Coming up tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, fold. We'll step back right. Then left. Now our scapula push-up, right? Either in our kneeling push-up or regular. So scapula push-up and up. And then all the way down. Cobra or up dog. Exhale all the way to down dog. Okay, let's add in that hover that we were doing. So with our inhale, we're going to take our right foot off the floor. We're going to hover forward, elbow to knee to right elbow. And then back to down dog. Knee to left elbow. So right knee, left elbow. Back to down dog. 1 more time. Right knee, right elbow. Back to down dog. Right knee, left elbow. Back to down dog. Lift the right foot. Step through to lunge. We're going to come up to warrior. So drop your back foot down so that the toes are pointing to the side of the mat. Oops. Come up tall to warrior 1. So remember in warrior 1, your hips are facing forward, not sideways. So turn both of your hip bones forward and reach up towards the sky. Strong through that front leg, long through the back. Let's turn into side angle. So drop that right elbow, right knee. Extend through side angle. Now if you'd like to take a bind here, you can either stay here in side angle, or you can take the hand, slip the thumb down towards the floor, back side of the hand comes behind you and holds on to your thigh behind your back, or just comes near to that. That's a half bind. If you'd like to try a full bind here, you can remove your right arm, reach under your right leg, and take hold of your left hand behind your back. I'm going to pivot towards the front of the mat, step back into plank or kneeling plank. Do your scapula push-up and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Really give that back bend. Exhale all the way up to down dog. Okay, let's try things on the other side. So we're going to hover forward, knee to left elbow, left knee, left elbow, up to down dog. Left knee, right elbow, back to down dog. Left knee, left elbow, back to down dog. Left knee, right elbow, back to down dog. Now left leg lifts. Step through to that lunge. Drop the foot to warrior one, coming up tall. Both hips forward. Oops. Sink into that front knee. Make sure it's tracking towards your foot, not in or out. Drop the left elbow onto the left knee. Reach into side angle. Lower the hips. Enjoy that position, or go ahead and do a half bind behind your back with the left hand, with the right hand. And then if you want to come into a full bind, reach beneath the legs, stretch it out, and we'll pivot towards the front of the mat, frame the foot, step back into plank or kneeling plank, do your scapula push-up, inhale up, exhale lower, chaturanga. Nice job. Inhale to cobra or up dog, whatever you're after. Exhale to down dog. Cool. With your inhale, let's go ahead and take our left foot up to the sky. We're going to come forward, left knee way up high on that left arm, and back to the sky. Left knee, left arm, back to the sky. Left knee, left arm, back to the sky. This time we'll step through to warrior. We're coming up into warrior two. We'll find that strong warrior two position. If you look back at your back foot, your heel should be farther away from you. Your toes should be closer to you, kind of pointing in a diagonal pattern. So arms are strong. Looking out over that front hand. Let's reverse the warrior. So reach down your back leg, look up at that hand, left hand. Exhale to side angle. Left elbow, left knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, pivot freestyle arms all the way down to the floor. Step back into plank or kneeling plank. Scapula push-up. Lift. Exhale, lower. Remember, you can always take a resting pose. Come up to child's pose, right? You could stop right here and go there. Or you can be with the rest of us coming back up to down dog. It's up to you. Take a rest when you need it. This practice is for you. Maybe you're surprised. Maybe you're like, ooh, I do need a break. So just take one. It's okay. Okay, let's go back to our right side. We're going to inhale that right foot up. Then bring that right knee way high to the right arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, it's right knee, right arm. Up you go. One more time. Right knee high on that right arm. Back to press up. Now step through to warrior. Windmill up to warrior two. Right hand out in front. Sink into that knee, right? Your thigh of your right leg should start to be parallel to the floor. Don't be standing up too tall. Sink into it. Look out over the front hand. Reverse your warrior. Reach down your back leg. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, strong into that sink. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Awesome. Inhale, reverse. And then we're going to roll freestyle arms all the way down. Step back into plank. Finish that scapula push-up or kneeling plank, whatever. And chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Let's sink onto the knees. We'll roll back into child's pose. Nice work. Whew. Take a little rest. Let's take our hands to our side. Hold on to your feet and touch your forehead to the mat. We're going to lift our hips in rabbit. So feel that stretch to the upper back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Don't put too much weight into your head and neck though, just a little. Inhale, lift. And lower. That's awesome. And we'll come back to the front of our mats. We're actually going to come up into a seated position. And then we're going to work on coming into a yoga squat. So we're just going to go there. We're not actually flowing there. So give me a sec. So coming up onto your feet from seated, you're going to plant your feet about hips width apart and just roll up so that you're actually seated with your bum off the floor and your feet are supporting your weight. So you can heel toe your feet out to the side just a little bit and take your elbows inside your knees, right? So your elbows are inside, the hands are pressing. You feel that tension between the knees. Now you have to get that leverage here before you can do anything further in these arm balances and squats that we're going to be doing. So you feel that stretch through your groin, through your legs as you press your hands together, that leverage, you feel that tension. So we're going to lean forward and come up onto our toes. Now you can keep your hands here, or we're going to take them to the floor. Now you'll sense that same feeling. We're not off our feet, we're on our toes. You'll sense the same feeling that we had when we were doing that knee to elbow move. Okay, so you've got that tension there. So then roll back into yoga squat. Inhale, come forward onto your toes. Inhale, lift your bum, use your core. Exhale, lower down. Now you can just continue doing this, or if you'd like, you can start working on an arm balance. So if you'd like to start trying that, first of all, plant your hands out in front of you. Now spa swimmers, I can't remember if we've done crow here yet for you or not. So the idea is to keep your face looking forward. Don't look down at the floor because you'll face plant. So on your mat, you're rotating forward, you're up on your tiptoes. Feel the weight of your elbows come up onto your arms. And then you can start one toe off the ground and the other toe off the ground as you lean forward into crow. See if you can feel it. Maybe you just do 1 foot at a time. Just play. Take some time, right? You can do 1 foot and then the other. Just play. Try it out a little bit. As long as it doesn't hurt your wrist, just take some time to play. Maybe you're just working on rotating up off onto your toes and feeling that weight shift forward. And we'll come back down to the mat. So take whatever time you like. You can practice it at home. Just be careful of your wrists. You don't want to be in a bad spot like that. Come down to the floor onto our back. Done a lot of work standing up. Let's do some lying down. With your inhale, draw your knees into your chest. We'll open them up wide. Nice happy baby stretch. We'll reach between the legs, reach underneath your feet. Take the outside edge of the feet. You can rock from side to side. Bring the feet back to the floor. We're going to go ahead and do some flowing bridge. So your knees are bent, your feet are planted on the floor. You can tickle the back sides of your heels. With your inhale, lift up through the hips, press them up towards the ceiling. You're rolling onto the outside edge of your arms. Okay, you can even interlace your hands underneath your back if you want to. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Really lift through those hips. Exhale, lower. Press through your feet. Don't make your knees open wide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good job. Let's take our legs up the wall. So it's almost like you're sitting in staff pose. Coaches, look around. The feet should be flexed. The bottoms of the feet should be towards the ceiling like you're walking on the ceiling. Swimmers, with your inhale, let's drop the knees to the chest. Keep your feet towards the ceiling. Exhale, extend them up. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, up. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, send them tall. Let's keep our legs up the wall. We're going to drop our right leg down for the count of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hover. Just hover. It's hard to stay like that. Inhale, lift the right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake them out a little bit. Extend them long. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hover. Breathe. Lifting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Let's drop the knees. Hug them to the chest. Slide your hands down to your ankles. Let the knees come up tall towards the ceiling. We'll roll around in a circle. Switch directions. Give that lower back a break. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and drop the feet to the floor. We're going to take our arms out wide like a T. We'll drop our legs to the right side and then roll them to the left, looking opposite your knees. So looking to the right when your knees go left, looking to the left when your knees go right. Let's feel that stretch. Nice twist. We'll stay to the left side. Actually, I'll stay to the right side so you can see better. We're going to take that bend out of the knees and extend the legs long. So if you can, extend your legs towards your right hand. You can extend them just straight out from your body while your left hand is on the floor on the other side. Or you can take hold of that top foot with your right hand. Let's feel that nice stretch. The face is either looking up at the ceiling or looking away from your feet towards the other hand. And release. We'll bring everything back to center. Find that good symmetry. Knees are bent. We'll drop the legs to the left side, looking at the right hand. And then take the bend out of your legs, extend them straight towards the left hand. You can take hold of that top great toe or big toe with your left fingers stretched out that direction. Come back to center. Let's go ahead and do reclined butterfly so the legs come open wide. You can take your hands to your side or even reach down to your thighs and help press those legs open. And we'll extend long into corpse pose. So coming into that final relaxation time for our practice, take note of your body. So we talked earlier about having some awareness of your upper body, your scapula. Let's take note of the whole body now. So you're coming into a position where your hips are even on the mat, your shoulders are even. You can feel that your legs are not situated, that they're longer than the other. Everything's all even. Your pelvis, you're not arching your back or trying to make it concave. You're just going ahead and finding that neutral place in your pelvis. Relax your jaw. And just start bringing some attention to your breath. Just notice that nice, slow, relaxed inhale. And you might even start to hear yourself exhale. Nice audible sound through your mouth where you hear the air coming out. Almost sounds like the waves of the ocean. Notice how your body starts to relax with each exhale. Think about your upper body relaxing, your arms feeling heavy. The muscles of your chest and core feeling heavy. Your hips and legs relaxing, feeling like they're melting into the ground. Your feet fall open in their relaxation. And then while you're relaxing, just take something about yourself that you are proud of and bring that to your mind. It doesn't have to be a swimming thing. It can be a thing about how you are as a person, or one of your talents perhaps, or something that you feel is a good deed that you've done, or a person that you care about and how you are a good example or a great encouragement in their life. And just focus on that real positive affirmation. And maybe make a sentence out of it, like, I'm a good mom, or, I've been polite, to my friends, or I was strong today when I could have given up. But find something in a sentence that you can repeat to yourself a couple times in your mind. And then as you start bringing some awareness back to your body, you're wiggling your fingers and toes. We'll come up to seated, but you can take that positive note for yourself with you today. Just throughout the day, maybe you can find a time where you can remind yourself of that positive thing, something that really is something you're proud of in your own life. We'll come up to seated. I'm just going to do a few breaths here. We'll take our hands together to prayer right away. We're going to inhale, press them up tall. Exhale, lower them down. Drop your chin down to your chest, touch your nose to your fingers. Sweep your hands up, lift them tall. Press your palms, past your face, drop your nose to your fingertips. One more time, sweep your hands up tall. Press your hands, lower things down. Nose to your fingertips. My thanks for a super practice today, everybody. Namaste. I hope you have a great start to your day. I hope you're feeling mobile. I don't know, Sienna Plantation, if you guys are doing butterfly today or practice, but I hope it feels lots of loose and wiggly and strong. We're glad that you could be here. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. Watch a few workouts over the weekend. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I know some of you guys have been finding us lately, so it's cool to see you too. It's nice to see what you guys are up to. I love to follow your meets on your own social media too. So glad to have you here. Tell your friends. We'd love to have them too. Have a great day.